Everybody, and welcome. Today is the moral of the story. So for those of you who haven't been here before for this is the new Facebook Live, Periscope Live experience that we started last week, and it seemed to be really positive feedback, positive results. I am glad so many of you are here and joining in on this, and my intention with these moral of the stories is to share stories with you that I hope move, touch, inspire you, that challenge you, that motivate you, and that encourage and support you into making your life the best life that you can make it into. My intention with this is to share with you all, a story that brings up those emotions, but at the same time to allow you to draw the conclusion. You define what your own moral of the story is for you, and we'll see what comes up with it. I'll share a quick story, and again, I would love to hear feedback from you all. I would love to hear what your comments are, your things. If any of you want to share what your actual moral of the story is, what you're taking away from it, please leave it in the comments below at the end. It was great last time because so many of you came away with such powerful morals of the story, because it's ultimately something that you decide for yourself. A couple quick updates, and then we'll jump right in. We'll be doing a Facebook Live, a more formal one, where I pick a topic and teach on it. Probably not this week, but next week. So I encourage you all, if you have some feedback, if there's a topic you'd like me to teach to, again, leave it in the comments below. I'd love to speak to that. All right, here we go. Today's moral of the story. Once upon a time. Don't you love a story that starts with once upon a time? Once upon a time, there was this really well-respected cardiologist. And the cardiologist was widely regarded, widely heralded in his community for being, helping so many people and literally saving so many people's lives. In fact, there was at one point where the cardiologist was out in a busy area on vacation, and a complete stranger, someone they didn't know, collapsed. People are yelling, people are screaming, and when most people ran away or stood out around not knowing what to do, the cardiologist ran over, recognized the symptoms that were going on in this person, and was able to get them stable until help was there. Literally saved this person's life. That was the type of person they were. And so one day, they attend a seminar. They like to learn. They're a lifelong learner. They're committed to a lifelong process of growth. And they attend this seminar, and they get to this point in the seminar where it's talking about what holds us back in life, what our obstacles are in life. And the cardiologist raises their hand and says, stress and anxiety. And the seminar leader starts talking with them and saying, where does that come from? Why? And the cardiologist was saying, well, I get stressed. I have anxiety that I can't help enough people. I want to be able to help more people, but I'm only able to do so much in a day. And it causes me stress. I lie awake at night stressing about this. I lie awake worried about this. I can't seem to get past it. And they work through this process for a while, and it gets to the point where the seminar leader challenges the cardiologist. Challenges him, says, how can you ever help all the people you want to help if the behaviors you're undertaking, meaning the stress, the anxiety that you're feeling, that you're inviting into your life, is literally killing you? Right? It's robbing you of your sleep, your heart's constantly fluttering, you're not able to rest, you're worn down, you look like you've aged 10 more years than you really are. That response kind of hit the cardiologist like a punch in the stomach. Perhaps you've been punched before, meaning whether it's physically punched or somebody said something to you at some point in your life that literally just felt like you got punched in the gut because you knew what they spoke was true. You may not want to admit it. You may not want to acknowledge it, but deep down you knew it was true. The cardiologist nodded and shook their head and said, I understand. And they discussed a plan. They discussed a proposal that once every 2 months, the cardiologist was going to take 4 days off from work. 4 days. Cardiologists usually work Saturdays too. So, it might be a Sunday, a Monday, and maybe a couple Saturdays and Sundays a month or something like that. That lasted for a couple months. Pretty soon, as so many of us have discovered, life inevitably happens. Right? Life inevitably happens. We get bogged down by The challenge is there's all these things that distract us. There's so many things commanding our attention. You do a quick scroll on social media, and there's all these things that are eye-catching to you. And that wasn't the cardiologist so much, but they got distracted by helping others. They at the time, they were more committed to helping others than they were helping themselves. And so they got back in. They stopped taking the days off. The 4 days went to 3, the 3 to 2, the 2 to 1, and pretty much they were right back where they were. 6 months later, they're back in that full-on stressed out state. Not sleeping, not eating, worried, concerned what's going to go on. About 8 months later after that seminar, the seminar leader gets a phone call. And they say, do you have a moment? The seminar leader says yes. And they said, are you sitting down? The seminar leader immediately feels, again, that same feeling in the stomach, like they just got punched. Because they can anticipate what's going to come through on the other end. The person on the other end of the line identifies themselves as the assistant to the cardiologist. And they say, I'm sorry to inform you, but he's passed away. The seminar leader was shocked and said, wait, what? How? I don't understand. The assistant said he had a heart attack. Doctors believe it was because of stress. The seminar leader sat back in their chair and took a moment to reflect and thought, wow. The person who is committed to helping others, helping take care of other people's hearts, they ultimately succumb to theirs. What is your moral of the story? I understand that this may not be the most uplifting place to end it, but again, part of this intention of this moral of the story section is to challenge you, to push you, to motivate you, to get you to dig deep within inside of yourself and look at what part of you is this story connecting with. So please, I invite all of you, what's the moral of your story? What's the moral of your story? Please leave it in the comments below. Facebook, Periscope, unfortunately, I just saw that and it faded away. We can't track comments. Maybe they'll do it at some point. But if you want to hop over onto the Facebook page for discussion, please do so. But I would love to hear, what's your moral of the story? And if this video connected with you, if it resonated with you, please share it with your friends, your family, your coworkers, whoever you feel would find value in it. I appreciate all of you helping me get my message out. Okay, we'll see you back here next Tuesday, same time, same place, for the moral of the story. I'll be rereading your comments. I'll be reading your comments throughout the day. I'm excited to see what you have and see what your key takeaways are from this. I hope you found value in this, and I hope that whatever moral you come up with of the story, you use that moral, your moral of the story, to be a source of inspiration to live an even greater day to day. Take care, and we'll see you next time.